Hello, friends. One of my favorite reaction video about this kidnapping of Maduro is the video from the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, when he was asked to give his remarks on the illegal kidnapping of Maduro. He gave a really, really interesting answer, and I think it's really, really funny. He said, if the US option or solution for world peace is to kidnap dictators, then I have an idea for them. And he gave a really nice smile. And this was in Ukraine, the language. And all the reporters behind the camera were all laughing because they understood what the joke was. And even Zelensky himself was laughing because that's a really, really interesting question or interesting answer. I thought that, of course, I don't think Donald Trump was watching because he would not get what the joke is because Donald Trump is an idiot. And so I've been spending the day just because we're all just watching the same videos over and over again. And I go straight to the comment section to see what people are saying. Of course, a lot of people are saying this is wrong, this is illegal. Donald Trump does not have the legal right to kidnap a world leader, even though, yes, he could be like a dictator or not. Like, I don't really know the whole situation with Maduro, but if he's actually a dictator, that's okay because Donald Trump has no legal right to go into another country and kidnap another country. It's the same thing. Does Donald Trump has the legal right to go to China and take the president of China and bring him to the US? Does stupid Donald Trump has the legal right to go to Russia, all the way to Russia, and kidnap the president of Russia and bring him to the American soil and charge him with some stupid charge? So I've been reading the comments, and I love the comments from MAGA maggots. And a lot of them are like, "Oh, this is great. Haven't you seen people cheering? People are cheering because they removed the dictator. People are cheering on the street. This is great." But then I asked one of them. I said, they were cheering. They were cheering when Saddam Hussein was toppled. When they removed Saddam Hussein, there were a lot of people on the street cheering, holding American flags, singing songs, dancing on the street. And I asked this stupid person, I said, "So what happened to Iraq after 10 years?" And of course, I did not get a response back. But the stupid thing with MAGA is they don't really understand history. They don't want to believe in history. Like, for some reason, they want to ignore history altogether. And if they actually pay attention to history, they want to rewrite history because they don't like what history has shown them, you know. But this is what is wrong with MAGA. Like, they don't like facts. They don't like history. History is actually fact. Because the thing with history, and I love history, I'm a huge history buff. The thing with history is history always, always, always repeats itself. And I think this is what's going to happen. The same thing that happened to Iraq, the same thing would happen to Libya. It's going to happen to Venezuela if this stupid thing continues. The kidnapping of a world leader doesn't matter if he's a dictator or not. It should not happen, especially from a U.S. president. He's supposed to be a U.S. president, but now he wants to be the president of Venezuela because of the oil. So it's really sad. It's really sad that this thing continues. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm a nobody on the internet, so I have no solutions. But it's just stupid that these morons do not understand what they have done. You know, it's not about drugs. It's not about anything but just the oil. And even if it's the oil, it's gonna be trillions of dollars for any company to actually get any actual revenue from the oil in Venezuela. Because I don't think there's a lot of companies actually in Venezuela right now. I think one of the only companies is Shell, the Shell oil company, and they're only in Venezuela because they did a stupid gamble, and they took a stake. They took a stake in the national oil company of Venezuela, but they lost billions of dollars. And so the reason why they are there right now is so that they can try to get some of their money back. But other than that, like, I don't think any other oil company is gonna go there and actually make money, like billions and billions of dollars. It's the whole thing with Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump. He's a boaster. He likes to boast. He likes to boast. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. The stupid thing with Donald Trump is, first of all, I think if you look at the definition of incompetent in the dictionary, you're gonna see his face. You're gonna see his face because Donald Trump is incompetent. Because Donald Trump only knows how to do step number one. Step number one. That is the only thing Donald Trump knows how to do. Let's do step number one, and then he doesn't have step number two. He doesn't have step number three, number four, number five. He only has step number one. And for Venezuela, his step number one is to kidnap the president of Venezuela. That is his step number one. He has no step number two. He has no step number three. It's the same thing with the most recent example is the ballroom. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna create like the biggest ballroom in all of U.S. history." So his step number one is to demolish the east wing of the White House. And does he have a step number two? No, he doesn't have a step number two. Because if you look at the White House now, it's basically a rubble. It's like a rubble from a World War torn country. Like it's just full of stuff, construction stuff. And then again, with the whole thing with his stupid casino in Atlanta, the step number one was to let's build a casino hotel in Atlanta. So they built it, and then that was it. He didn't know how to run it. And what happened with that casino in Atlanta? It went bankrupt. The same thing with his school, the Trump school. He said we're gonna do a school, the Trump school, or I don't know what the fuck it was called, but they created the school, and the school got convicted for fraud or whatever, and it was dissolved. The same thing with his charity. Like, he is an idiot. He is incompetent. He has no idea what he's doing. And sadly, Venezuela is next. I fear that Venezuela will be like Iraq. I hope not. I wish not. But Donald Trump has to be impeached. That's the only solution. And we still have to talk about the Epstein files. But that's who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is only a step number one person. Plan A. There's no plan B. There's no any other plan. Let's just do the first thing and forget about the other thing. It's the whole thing with the ACA subsidies, Obamacare. He wants to kill Obamacare, but he has no idea how to replace it. And now Obamacare is going to be so expensive for everybody. But he, as the president, he has no idea how to help the American people, the people who actually voted for him. MAGA is full of hypocrites, morons, maggots. Thank you very much.